Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You can't put it on that one. This one's
There
the
you
worst
go.
one.
Yeah.
That's good, man. There's three of us. One,
We're
two,
all
three.
like,
Uh-oh. We're miss. Yeah. That's right. We're missing George. Damn.
Yes.
Well,
he's MIA.
hi, guys.
I'm sure he'll
Nice
show
to
up.
see you guys again. And viewers and listeners out there, welcome to another edition of the Heikadelic Show.
Well, let's
where
get this
anything
party
can
started.
you can.
Right, one-handed. What's everybody drink today? I'm drinking ginger ale, cranberry ginger ale. I gotta say, if you like cranberry and you like ginger ale, you're gonna like cranberry ginger ale.
Oh, is that why it's in a red can?
Yeah, I'm going to get a beer in a couple of minutes, but
I think it's because they put the name on it. I think that's why.
Okay, gotcha.
So Sandra is still up on the screen here because she was the first one in at 9:32 p.m. And then, of course, Melanie, a split second, actually. She's like 9:33. They rounded up to the second, but she's like half a second behind Sandra. And then Kathy,
wow,
9:34. So 9:32, 9:33, and 9:34. Wow.
Wow.
What a freaking tight finish, or entry into the show. Not a finish, right? Not at the end. But yeah,
our fans are with it today. That's awesome.
Good job, ladies.
Yes, it's all the ladies that like us, eh? Not too many guys try to be first.
And that's
always
good.
The ladies.
That's from our perspective, that's good. All you guys out there can just be ladies.
Yeah. Exactly.
I got a question for you guys. Okay. Why do some people just go on Facebook and shit like that, and like they'll see a comment? Like today, I was on a group. I'm on a group for drummers, right? And it's
right.
Most people on there are seasoned.
George,
yes.
Evening.
Ask a question, and it's a paragraph, right? Like, hey, I just wondered this, blah 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 blah. Can you help me? And one guy who's just a dick goes, "You used the wrong two. It's TOO."
Oh yeah.
Like, fuck off.
Grammatical
why do
auditors
people like that? And why do men get fucking grumpy when they get older?
Yeah.
How long you got?
Because they're not getting it enough.
How long we on tonight?
I see Sandra's in a relationship on her Facebook. Oh my.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hey George, good to see you on.
Cheers, George.
Yeah, I've just had trouble with my microphone, so.
Oh, okay.
I know,
we weren't sure. But like
Derek played the tune, but you're more than welcome to play it again if you want.
I'm a little curious.
Well, yeah, why not? Might as well cheers again, right?
That's it.
There's Deborah. Hey, Deborah. Anyways, guys, I got some good news. Deborah is actually headed right now, aren't you, Deborah? Supposed to be headed down to get her lung transplant.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's a
everything
biggie.
Goes well. I'll keep you in our thoughts and
Yes,
whatever else to keep you in for everybody. And yeah, it's awesome.
All right, Deborah. Here's all the luck you need from the Heikadelic Show.
Right.
It's all going to be good.
Yeah, you'll be fine, Deborah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they do today. I hear about some of the surgeries they do and some of the medicine they have. It's like, wow, it's
Just don't
pretty
think
awesome.
you're coming back and starting in a trumpet practice right away. You're gonna have to just take it easy.
Deborah starts tomorrow morning. She said, "Okay, awesome,
excellent, good for you."
That's wonderful.
So Sandra's commenting, I think, on.
Yeah, you didn't read.
her post. It was a meme. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you didn't read it all, eh? You fucking half read it and you just assumed.
Well, yeah, of course. That's what I do with everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
that's like a fucking half effort. I see.
That it is a half.
True or false? True or false?
So you know what? Actually, I was on my VR thing one night, and I was chatting with 3 people, but one of them was a college professor, and he actually was a music teacher, piano. It started off really cool because we had like interests and stuff, and then he started to talk about how he was a critical thinker and all. He didn't believe in anything but scientifically proved facts, and I'm like, well, what about seekers? And people that, let's say, for instance, they want to learn more about possibilities of things like other realms or UFOs or whatever the case is. He says, then those are gullible people who believe bullshit, right? So, so are you saying I'm one of those? He goes, yeah, actually I am. And I said, well, you wouldn't be far from the truth. I mean, I'll take a half truth and fill in the rest. But no, he was being a dick. So, but yeah, I just said, listen, pal, I don't know how old you are, but I've been pretty successful, and I didn't get that way by being gullible and believing bullshit. But what the real point of that is that there are those, scientific, critical thinkers, blah, blah, blah. But imagine this. Do you think the cavemen came up with fire and had to prove it out with a group of scientists? No, it was almost by accident, and then they were able to reproduce it, right? And so it might have been some early science there, but
were cavemen really maybe just a result of, say, a nuclear war or something that happened, or a nuclear explosion that happened, say, around the pyramids, that made all the sand and gave you glass and shit like that, and melted stone? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Well, it's a great point. Like my point with him, because he was being a dumbass, is I said, there are a lot of people there who are seekers, right? They're not scientists. But what do? Like, so you discover something. So a 12-year-old discovers, is digging in the backyard and discovers a dinosaur bone. Well, what happens? Well, it goes off to the scientists, right? Because that's not, until it's proven out by the scientists and confirmed, it's not a dinosaur bone, right? And I said, so without seekers, there wouldn't be any scientists, because scientists generally, there are some that do go on expeditions and actively seek, but most don't, right? Yeah. So you need to wing that believe
that's
in
true.
miracles.
Everybody's like, I believe the science, I follow the science. Science is only right until it's proven wrong.
Yeah.
Hello, Joe.
Here's a scientific fact right now. We have exclusively women on the show tonight. And I think that rocks.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But what do the scientists say about that?
Well, you want to know what the scientists say? Well, scientists said mercury was good for you. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
They did. Because
George,
we
how's
all
it
know
going,
it's
buddy?
not.
What's that?
How's it going?
It's good. I'm just listening to the
quiet.
conversation. I'm getting into the groove. I'm just listening into the
Okay.
flow.
You're the
Like,
proof, boy. You got to prove you're
that's the one.
me.
That is the
Oh,
one.
speaking of Madonna, how's your backside, George? Oh,
Let's see what George has.
Yeah.
Oh,
Junior, how's it going, buddy?
That's
Still alive and
full
well.
backside. Wow.
That's a little psychedelic.
Very artistic, sort of.
Uh-huh.
They look like negatives.
I think it's not actually negatives. I think it's heat. Is it heat or cold?
Oh, like thermal.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, so I'm judging. Okay, there's one picture that I'm judging this whole thing off of.
Okay. Well, just hang on before you have a guess. Let's see if anyone else comes in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? So we broke the
It's this
mojo
picture
by
right here.
saying only women were on here.
It's
'cause
the
now
fourth
Junior's
picture.
on here.
The fourth picture, and it's yeah.
It's this one?
No, down. Oh, yeah, that one there. Yeah, that one there.
Well,
that's the one.
How's that the fourth picture?
That's the one because I have two guesses. There's only two people I can think of that would be.
You two.
You two. Let's see what the survey says. Oh, hang on.
Oh, God,
Let's
George.
try that again. All right, here we go. Sorry, Kathy.
Okay, so
Sandra
this is one of my
Bowie.
guesses as well. This is one of my guesses.
Okay.
Bowie.
Okay, so if it's not Bowie, is it Rod Stewart?
Is it Rod Stewart?
Is Rod Stewart in the band anyway? No? Okay.
Andrew says solo or artist.
It's a band.
It's a band. Is it what era?
This particular album is late 70s.
And they are pre-70s?
Yeah.
Like by a lot?
Not really.
So they're a 60s band.
Pink
Are
Floyd.
they big?
Pink Floyd.
Are they like in the top 10 bands type of thing?
UK or US?
UK.
UK. It's 3 members.
Originally there's 5.
Blood Rock Sausage.
5.
Blood Rock Sausage.
Damn.
Originally there's 5 members.
Mm-hmm.
Fab Five.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
The
Beatles.
Fab Five.
Yeah, the Fab 5. Yeah, you could say
The
that.
Beatless.
The Beatles now. Still going.
Aerosmith.
Still going. Oh, shit.
Not Aerosmith.
Still going.
Wow, George just has his finger on that button because he knows no one's going to guess this.
Roller.
Right? I almost want to say yes and put Dolce on for that. That's a great guess.
What type of music is it? Wait a second.
SATURDAY.
Is it rock? Is it rock?
It's rock.
It's rock. So it's rock. It's a band's name. It's not ELO, is it?
ELO.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
I thought he was looking for the right button. I was like, yeah,
I know, eh?
it's been a while.
He had you stumped there.
Rolling
Okay,
Stones.
so is it
Rolling Stones. Who said Rolling Stones?
I did.
Oh, Ringo says Rolling. Oh, Ringo.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
You know how I figured that out? There was one of those that looked like Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
On the back.
If I take this off here.
Yeah. It was yeah. Over
There's
to
the
the
logo.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, oh, that looks like Jagger. You got moves like Jagger. Ha ha.
Ringo
Kathy.
won.
I got it.
Nice one, Ringo.
Yeah, well done, Ringo.
Sandra. Kathy's not.
He did one a couple of weeks ago as well, didn't you?
Oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
did
She
too.
said, way to go. Thanks, Cal. The pie is in the mail.
Okay. Nice.
I think Ringo got one the other week
In the window.
as well.
Did I?
Can't remember
Oh,
which
yeah,
one it was.
maybe. When it was blood rock sausage.
It wasn't blood rock
Pies in the
sausage.
mail. Wow. I sent the pickle in the mail once.
Yeah. You know what? Pickles were the rave, and they still are, honestly. I mean, I love pickles.
Who doesn't like a good
Uh-huh.
old pickle race at McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Oof.
Take
Why
off
did you say the M word?
on the window?
There
Hey?
go.
Huh?
Why'd you say the M word?
Because it's a great place to have pickle races.
Ugh.
We used to do
Yeah,
that
we used to
with kids, man. Like,
we used to do the
back-
same too. Yeah, we used to flick them on the windows too.
See, whoever won didn't have to pay for the next round of burgers because that's when like you
Wow.
could buy like 10 burgers for $10.
Yeah.
Or you go in
Hey,
with 20
just
and
want to
you
put
pay
it out.
10.
No, they used to have McDonald's used to have sales on every once in a while, and the regular little hamburger they
Yeah.
used to be 25 cents.
Mm.
Well, see, you're
So
older.
they
They were $1.
yeah, $2 and you get 8 burgers.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, remember that. And the pickles never slid. We'd flick them; they'd stick to the window. We would just go by who could get the pickle closest to the top of the window.
Cool. No,
Nice.
we did.
Wow.
Ours slid because I guess the mayonnaise is probably different.
Oh,
Does
Well,
your pickle
yeah.
slide?
How's your pickle?
Yeah.
Pickled tonight?
How's your pickle feeling today?
How
I
many
love
people here
green.
party on a Monday?
Is it slippy and slidey?
How many people?
everybody that listens to the Heikadelic show, they all party on Mondays.
You know what though? Pickle juice has some good qualities or something. Like I don't know if it was heartburn or, but it also helps you apparently lose
Who
weight.
does, I heard pickle
little
juice
pickle
is for
juice.
Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, pickle
Keisha.
juice is good.
Hey.
Hey, Keisha, nice to see you.
Okay, so we're gonna try that tough little game that from last week,
Okay.
All right.
where we take two words and throw them in a sentence. And I think didn't Keisha win it last week?
Yes, she did.
Yes, you did.
Wow,
Yeah.
the timing's impeccable.
George
That's
got
amazing.
2 and Keisha got 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are the two words, and yeah, let's hear from the audience if we can, and you guys
Yes.
can all figure it out. No use of computers or cell phones, please. You're on the honor system. Okay.
Yep.
So here's word number. Here's number 1. Accubation.
Accubation.
ACCUBATION. And the second word is cattywampus.
Oh my God.
Wow.
CATTYWAMPUS.
Wow.
PUF.
Accubation. It's accubation. That must be like
Wow, man.
accurate
I can't
accurate
even remember those
masturbation.
words. How am I gonna say it?
Yeah, you know what? Like I think I gave the meanings out after someone came up with a sentence, which
Yes.
is okay.
Yeah.
Because oddly, if it makes sense, then it's better. But I'm wondering if I should give the meaning out before somebody answers it. What do you guys think? Because
How did you spell it? How was it? It's CATTYWAMPU, and then what came after that?
Yeah, it would be like Kathy, but if CATTY, like CATTY, wampus, WAMPUS.
Cattywampus.
Cattywampus.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness!
Imagine if
The hell do you find these words?
Cattywampus Harkness.
You must be a Scrabble
Or
superstar
Junior's was
if you know what these words are.
Junior Leclerc accubation. That is funny because these things don't mean anything like they sound, honestly.
No.
So I'll give
course
the
not.
meaning out after somebody comes up with a sentence, a cohesive
All right.
sentence.
Oh, it's a tough one.
So in the meantime,
Yeah, on other news.
oh yeah, news.
Oh, let's not even go there.
Don't even want to go there. Don't even want to go
No.
there.
I watched
No.
the news for about 10 minutes today, and
How many people died? How many car crashes
no,
were there?
no, it was nothing like that.
Yeah, it's all dirty laundry, right?
My good buddy, the Prime Minister, hopped on and was giving kudos to the obviously these new drug plants going in that he's endorsing, and
Oh yeah.
one of the reporters questioned him on misappropriation of funding or actually not misappropriation. Sorry, I got that wrong. What it was it was taking public funds and actually awarding it to companies that would manage other companies to get the job done, and I guess that wasn't the intent. And he's actively looking into it, but the thing that got me spun was the fact that he said because he will fight for the rights and freedoms of Canadians.
Yeah.
You want to fight?
Since when is he going to start doing that?
Yeah, give me my fucking handgun privilege back.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't own any, and I'm not even. Yeah. But still, that's taking, because it's moving from that to magazines, right? So if you have a rifle that takes more than one magazine, they're coming after those. But anyway, let's get back to the program here.
Yeah, about Mr. Wonderful that runs our country. Yeah, he got me pissed off too, because did you also hear what he's going to do? In April, he is going to raise the taxes on all alcohol, and he wants to do it without a vote. He just wants to go ahead and do it.
If he was smarter, right? What should have happened with weed? And this is another bone of contention that I have. I'm an advocate of weed, and some of the used responsibly, it's fine. But anyhow, now you go out and about, there's a weed shop on almost every corner, right? So it's very diluted. But the plan was to put it through the LCBO, right? And then that all got trashed. So had he been smart about it, it could have been a revenue source for either LCBO, or I think originally it was going to be peddled out through the beer store. But that would have been a huge revenue opportunity. And what I liked about that plan was it could be better controlled, because I feel now that access is too easy for kids, right? Yeah, okay, you have to be 19 to go in one, but it's so accessible that if grandma's buying her weed, then
is alcohol more accessible to kids at the beer store?
Well, if you have a buddy waiting outside that's of age that can go get your case of beer, then. But if you got to get carded, right?
Same thing at the weed store, right?
Yeah.
I know people who would sell the kids illegally, who were underage.
Yeah.
You can't do that at a store. It's brought the prices down, especially in the black market.
Yeah, I mean,
it's wiped out a lot of things. Right? Like there is a lot of good about it. You can get it anywhere you want it, but again, you got to watch what you get. It's still a fucking shady business.
It is. It is. I mean, if it goes through a certified weed shop, and the difference is the stores that actually have the certification, and you can ask for it too, right?
Oh yeah.
So
where I am,
you're not wrong about that, Derek. And actually thinking about it, all of those businesses are taxed anyway, right? So
of course.
But why?
What gets me is the packaging, right? How much money these guys got to put into packaging now? because it's not just a Ziploc bag, right?
Yeah.
They got glass jars and they got whatever. I'm sure it's whatever they can get cheap in bulk that'll fucking hold weed, right? But
no,
yeah,
right,
crazy.
and a lot of that has to change now with the plastic rules, right? But
well, I've been getting glass tubes.
And what really bothers me though is the fact that because we're so lax about the rules and governing it, you know, like if you have a no smoking building, it's no smoking, but 100%, if people want to smoke dope, they can. And there aren't any rules in the Landlord Tenant Act that can really help defend that. All you have to do, like, you can't kick somebody out for smoking weed, unfortunately. And it's not fair to the ones who choose not to, right?
I don't know it. So
being an advocate, I smell weed. It's like, yeah, oh wow, I'm good with that. But I wouldn't want to be in a place that's smoking it, because if for some reason I don't have any, I'm going to get jealous. But aside from that, it's annoying to some people, right? Not to mention some people have medical conditions and just can't deal with it. So
but the smell, can't deal with the smell of it, or like if they or do you mean it like if they have like emphysema or something? And
no, and you know, I've had people claim that they actually, you know, have some kind of allergic reaction to it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm more of a seeker, so I'll fill the rest in with bullshit. So, you know. So Keith is saying on the weekend, Ringo participated in the act of accubation with the cattywampus. I love it. You know what?
You gotta leave that up so I can use those words, because now I have it written in front of me, so now I can use them.
Okay, so is anybody else got? Okay, let's look at a couple other things. Oh, and by the way, Junior, yeah, Jeff Beck was a big loss. I think we talked about it last week for a bit.
Yes.
So Sandra cheated. She Googled. And thank Doug Ford for that. You know what? Kathy's right about that. Like, Doug Ford had a lot of the moving it from like liquor control to the street. And then the latest is there was an announcement last week about him wanting to privatize healthcare. Oh no.
Well, that's not a surprise.
Well, I don't
think it's just him. I think that comes from the top.
Sure it does.
Yeah,
of course it does.
Okay.
And that's why they're not hiring nurses. That's why they're not fixing the system.
Okay.
They're actually purposely breaking the system so that they can say, okay, we have to fix it, and the only thing we can do to fix it is privatize it. And then all those son of a bitches are going to start putting money in their own pockets. And that's the only reason why.
They have to relax it. I think they have to relax the rules a little bit on immigrants coming in who are doctors. You know what I mean? Instead of having to wait another 10 years before they can practice again.
Yeah.
You know, hey,
that's a good point. Yeah, and engineers as well.
So,
right? They have the same problem.
But what I do know too is that a lot of people in the medical field right now who are getting educated in Canada and the U.S. are interchangeable. So everybody's getting their doctorates or nurse or whatever their certs, their licenses, and going to the States. My sister did.
Yep.
90% of the people are going to the States because it's private healthcare. They get paid more.
Oh yeah. But you know what? It's a slippery slope, and we have to be careful with that because it's not a good.
Look how big our population is now compared to what it was.
Well, they've already said that they're going to do things so that doesn't happen here, but it's a crock of shit because that's the way it works, and this is the reason why they're doing it. It's so that people can make money. And if nurses and doctors go to the private sector, they will make more.
Yeah.
But so be it. They've been screwed along all these last couple of years, so let them go. Let them make some more money.
Let's park that for 2 minutes, and we'll get back to Keisha's comment because she was the only one who submitted.
The only one that submitted one.
So what accubation means is this describes a person.
Oh wait! Don't tell us yet. We gotta get our things in here, don't we? Before you tell us.
The what?
Or are you gonna tell us first?
Keisha's the only one that's put one in.
Well, George
who else has one?
Oh, George,
I'm drawing a blank here.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
I'll throw one off. I'll throw one off my head.
All right.
All right.
Because we're starting. We're picking on Ringo today.
Well, type it into a post so everybody can see it.
Who, me?
Oh, you can't. Sorry.
No, I'm not. I'll just tell you it. So Ringo, accubation, and cattywampus.
Mm-hmm.
Ringo went in for some accubation, and he got home, and he was itchy because he got cattywampus.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Nicely done there, Derek.
Okay, so basically,
You went
accubation
in for
describes someone who eats and drinks while they're lying down. So that'd be snacking on the couch.
Yeah.
So basically, anyone who snacks while watching Netflix isn't
Netflix and
Accubator.
accubation.
Or the Heikadelic show.
And then cattywampus. It's not a type of an animal. It's actually a direction and means the same thing as saying something is catty corner from something else. Or kitty corner.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Kitty corner. So it evolved from catty corner to kitty corner.
Yeah.
And that's what that means.
Okay.
So basically, so Ringo, on the weekend, Ringo participated in the act of accubation. Okay, lying on a couch and eating and drinking.
And eating.
Yeah.
Spot on with that.
Yeah.
With a cattywampus. So
with a direction.
Yeah, I guess.
You were eating with a motherfucking direction.
No, but it just basically says I was kitty corner to something else.
Oh yeah, you were eating kitty corner.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
Who
mean, I
doesn't
had to
eat
get my
kitty corner?
snacks off of a table, right? So
Yeah.
I
for
snacked
sure.
off on a table once.
Well, here's something for you. It just occurred to me with Jingo, with Junior, making that comment about past rock stars.
Yeah.
And
David
I was just
Crosby.
going to say there, Kathy, the one we didn't mention is David Crosby, right?
Yeah.
So I'll throw this out there. What is my very, 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 very extremely tenuous link with Crosby, Stills, and Nash?
Ooh, you told me this one time.
Did I?
Sorry, what was that?
Actually, one night when I fell asleep talking to you on the phone.
Oh, was it that night? Okay.
One of them.
I think it was early morning, but
I couldn't believe that. Like, I fell asleep probably for 2 hours.
Yeah, I was talking to myself. I thought,
but there was a point where I might have said yes or something.
Yeah, you might have, whatever.
It was nothing personal. I love listening to your stories, but you know what? I probably had a great sleep. I'm not gonna lie.
You probably did. I have that effect on people,
No, come on.
No, just I'm not a late night person, George. I mean, I have a problem. Even this show, before, say, around, like, in the next 20 minutes, I'll be like, trying to keep it together.
Right.
Have you ever fell asleep doing the deed?
Me?
Yeah. Well,
or just in general. Are you putting that out to the group?
I'm putting that out to the group because, like, that's a
how do you fall asleep?
I can tell you.
Well, let me tell you this.
Not a chance.
I'll tell you. Go ahead.
I can tell you that there are people who just, let's say after the point of no return, let's say the climactic.
Once they finish,
pass out, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's different. That's not in the middle of it.
Well, it depends on what your viewpoint of is the middle. Like, I really, my preference would be multiple sessions, but you gotta
have a little break in between, right? You gotta reload the gun. You can't just
for sure,
at our age it's not a repeater, right? Even younger, actually, you're gonna say it's not a repeater. You shoot it once, maybe twice, but then you gotta wait and reload that shit.
You gotta reload, no doubt.
Right?
But
sometimes they don't want to reload.
But here's a fun fact. my grandfather, who had, I think he had 7 heart attacks in his lifetime, but he was well into his 80s. He was about 90 when he finally passed away. But in one of those, and if my mother's watching, she's going to shoot me. But yeah, he had a heart attack while he was intimate with my grandmother. And
nice.
So
she got a reputation.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm watching, but she
must be that good. Holy shit.
Her and my aunt had to go over and kind of pull him off because my grandmother didn't want to find them in that precarious
he passed.
No, he actually didn't. He survived that one, but he passed out.
We can joke about it though.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The one that,
I just started shit, man. This guy's dead, and we're laughing at him.
No.
Good way to go, though, right? If you did.
My grandfather was like me. He's like, wow, you know what? That would have been the way to go. But
yeah.
I don't know next time.
Somehow I'm gonna get shit for this discussion. But
Well, it's funny thing. I'm not fell asleep doing that, but I'm trying to think of the places I've fallen asleep. And I did fall asleep at a concert once. And I was
I've done that.
It must have been a real shitty band.
Well, no, it was a big name actually, but I wasn't a fan. But I went and I was in row D. I was really near the stage as well, and it was a free trade hall in Manchester. And you know who it was?
Wow, you fell asleep. Wow,
I fell asleep in row D, and it was Leonard Cohen.
Wow,
put me to sleep.
I could have fallen. I could fall asleep to that too.
I was told I was snoring. I just gone.
I have fallen asleep while occupating to some sensual scenes, or
it's tiring
otherwise known as porn.
Yes.
In the chair across from the TV.
Watching Netflix and
the
chilling.
chair.
Yeah.
Acu, what is it? Acu fucking kitty cat or kitty wampus.
Kitty wampus.
Yeah, kitty wampus from the TV.
So back to the
Have you ever missed your stop when you've been on a train or something like, on a metro or a subway?
I love LC. I love LSD.
Done that.
Wow.
She loves LC. What's LC?
Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen.
Oh wow. Okay. This was about 74, I think, 75 around there. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Jeff Beck was like my guitar player Phil for Motor City Maniacs,
right.
Or our guitar player, I should say. I don't own him, but Jeff Beck was his idol, right? And like so many guitarists out there too, like this.
Jeff Beck was amazing. Really was.
Yeah.
So not to be rude or anything.
Here we go.
I don't know Jeff Beck. He was in the Yardbirds, was he not?
Yep.
That's and that was pretty much
60s.
Led Zeppelin before Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
With Rod Stewart or something.
No, that was.
Is that another band?
He played with Rod Stewart, but not in a band, I don't think.
No.
Okay, just did some recording or something with them.
The band that Rod Stewart was in was a thing called Steam Packet, and Elton John was in it, I think, and Long John Baldry and somebody else. Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, howdy, Richard. He's got a funny thing. So, George, did you fall asleep or did you pass out?
No, I was giving his heads. No.
I guarantee
what George just said there. Oh man, now I fucking lost it. God damn it. Never mind.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think George would ever fall asleep at one of my shows.
No.
I don't think anybody does. I've walked out into the crowd at Music Hall and
seen that.
A packed house kind of thing. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, you were there?
Right? I was there. That was.
I was there too.
I walked way back to the.
You went to the bar. You were even singing to the bartender.
Oh, those ladies all over the bar. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you saw that, George. Oh my God.
I was there.
That was such a long time ago. It feels like another.
It was
6 years ago.
Pre-COVID.
Ish.
Everything is pre-COVID.
I think 20. I've got the poster here. It's like I know.
Wow.
I think it was like 2018, February 2018.
Oh wow, there you
I can
go.
check for you.
See, I would if you had asked me that, I would have never guessed. So,
Yeah, oh no, I'm fully useless information.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that, like having that wireless mic. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just go out to hear what the band sounds like from, from the audience perspective. But yeah. Anyway, it was good.
It was a good night.
Glad
Yeah,
you were there.
I was
Feel
there.
the energy.
Uh-huh.
The energy. I was up in the thing. Yeah.
I'm hoping it'll happen again one day.
I
Yeah.
don't know if Derek was there. Derek, were you ever at any MCM shows?
I have seen MCM with Code.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you at the music hall.
Okay, that's the one we were headlining, I think, right? And that might have been the same one. I don't know.
I think that was before, wasn't it?
I think we did 4 shows over there. And they were with different, Helix and.
Yeah, I never saw you with any Helix or anything.
Mm-hmm. And that guy from Rockstar. No.
Supernova.
Supernova, yeah. What was his name? And they canned him right at the beginning of the tour, or they split up. Rossi. His last name is Rossi.
Must have been awesome.
Luke Rossi, yeah. So Junior, did we find out the Dave Crosby story yet?
The very, 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 very tenuous link.
Yes, we haven't. Yeah, so we'll leave that hanging out for a few minutes to see if they can.
Yeah, it's very tenuous.
DJ
very
George
tenuous.
George Crosby.
Very, very tenuous, but it goes back to my youth.
Yeah.
My much younger days.
Because it might come in, who knows. Yardbirds with Jimmy Page and played on some Rod Stewart songs.
Yeah, he played with Rod Stewart. I don't think it was ever in his band, in the band with him. I think it just.
Yeah, you know what?
So what did Jimmy, or what's the other guy who died?
Jimmy Page.
No, Jeff Beck. So
Jeff Beck.
What say for a guy like me who doesn't know Jeff Beck? How would I know Jeff Beck? Like, I've listened to a lot of music. Where have I heard him from? Like, is he a solo artist or?
Yeah,
he did do a solo album.
He did a few.
He did a couple, didn't he?
His first
did a couple.
He did a thing called Beckola. I think the album might be called that as well.
He's as big as friggin' Jimi Hendrix. He's one of those guys, right?
Yeah.
An innovator.
So what big bands did he play in that Derek might know?
Where would I know him from?
The Yardbirds was the big one.
Yardbirds for sure.
Yardbirds.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, actually, Zeppelin were called the New Yardbirds, I think, when they first got together.
Yeah. So there, Kathy, you nailed it, Kathy. So he did play with Hollywood Vampires, which is now Alice Cooper. Johnny Depp actually plays guitar in there, right? Now, Johnny Depp is no Jeff Beck.
God,
okay,
no.
Level set that, but
every
we're
time
talking.
So even play is Johnny
There's
Depp on stage.
There's one of Mick Jagger's solo albums. There's a great video, and he plays on that. It's called "Throwaway Love." If anyone wants to check that out, and it's Jeff Beck playing with Mick Jagger.
I've been to the Rainbow in LA.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll have to excuse me because my adult kids are having a big Dungeons and Dragons thing, and I guess they're leaving, so the dogs are going nuts.
Right.
What are they doing? Like a LAN thing where they all bring their computers over and hook them up?
No. This
board.
Live
okay,
and
like a board game.
Yeah. So I've been at the Rainbow in LA on the Sunset Strip, and if you
what's that?
Cool. The birds.
What is that?
Yardbirds?
That's the Yardbirds.
Yeah, Yardbirds. But anyway, in the back of the Rainbow, there's all these little secret areas, I guess, for after hours clubs, and there's a cigar bar upstairs. But when you go upstairs,
nice.
you go back over this kind of, it's really weird. You go through this little set of stairs, and there's these, they're almost booths, right? But there's one that's all plywood, and it's got the original clubhouse for the Hollywood Vampires. So that was super cool to see that. And then if you go around that, down some more stairs, there's a dance floor, like a disco. And that was all after hours and for celebrities, so they could separate themselves from the walk-ins and do whatever they do in private, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty cool.
Saying that Johnny Depp toured with Jeff Beck, I could see that. Like Johnny Depp's more of a, he does a little bit of lead, but he's more of a rhythm guitarist. And then of course he's got a great rock and roll look too, so he fits with a lot of those.
Yeah.
He does kind of have a rock and roll look, doesn't he?
He always has, right? So
yeah.
I mean, I'm a Depp fan, definitely, 100%.
Oh, for sure. I like the guy's movies and stuff. I still think he's fucking part of the pedophile ring too.
Who?
But all of Hollywood is.
No.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Look at that guy, man. He's had more children blood transfusions than fucking Mick Jagger. That's apparently what they do is they get new blood put in them.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Oh yeah.
What's his face? The guitarist for Stones.
Those are
talked about it many times.
Which one? Bill Wyman.
No,
founded
the guitarist guy.
See, this is where the whole
Keith Richards.
Yes, Keith Richards.
Oh my god.
The drug guy.
Okay, moving on.
But he said it himself. Had blood transfusions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's
where they get the blood from. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, if you got money, you can do anything, right? That's the whole point.
Oprah Winfrey, even on her show, was talking about the cream that she got from children's penises, right? Yeah.
George,
well, she says,
song. La, la, la.
I read his book, Keith Richards.
Can we?
It's a great read. Hang on.
There's a problem with this one. Look at the end.
Yeah,
I love this. I love this little adapter. Now my tall beer is in my Yeti.
So Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp played in Toronto recently. Cool.
Oh, really?
Kathy
Ronnie
knows all
Wood.
that.
Yeah,
She's
Ronnie
like,
Wood plays. Yeah. In Keith Richards' book, right, when he touches that subject of drugs and that his influence, he says, well, the thing that people don't understand, more so when he was really into the drugs, he says, I could afford good drugs. And he said, and they weren't a problem. He said, kids, people that went out in the street buying the stuff, he said, that's the problem with them. Yeah.
Well, you go for one thing and you get something else, right? So you're starving for it and you fucking end up dying.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem is these days you don't know what you're getting because there's all these people trying to make an extra buck.
You didn't know
and they're cutting stuff, right?
Either, man. People cutting shit with anything. It's always been around.
Yeah, but it wasn't as bad.
It's coming back to me now. One of the things on his rider is shepherd's pie. Let's have a shepherd's pie.
Really?
In the dressing room. Yeah. And he has to be the one that busts the crust. He has his flick knife that he uses. And he got into fisticuffs with somebody when somebody did it before him.
Oh, yeah?
He's that pissed off? Yeah, because someone else had the first go at the shepherd's pie.
A real rock star, is he?
Yeah.
That was Jeff Beck?
No, that's Keith Richards.
Oh, Keith Richards.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Rock and roll, eh? No Smarties.
I don't like diving into a pie that's already been, eaten.
I don't mind sharing a pie. Like if a pie's already got a slice or two out of it, I don't mind. But I don't like taking the last.
No, I won't. I refuse. If a pie's been eaten, I refuse to
Well, if a pie's been like manhandled, I don't want to.
Oh, that's different, right? Yeah.
But like I'm telling you though, the last piece of pie, it's a little more flattened out and a little bit juicy out the sides and stuff, right? You can still eat it. It's fine. It's just a little more messy.
Yeah. Oh. I don't mind. If you're hungry enough, you'll eat anything, right?
That's right. Oh boy. I just don't like cheese on my pie.
I got the 10:30 on early.
You don't like what in your pie, Derek?
I don't like cheese in my pie.
Cheese?
Yeah.
I won't share my pie either.
You guys are so disgusting.
You're not nice.
Why?
Pie talk. All this bloody pie talk.
I know. I'm trying to eat here. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. See, if I'm gonna have pie, I usually will take one home, but I'll have one that I'll share with everyone else too.
Really?
But do you put ice cream on it?
No, totally no ice cream at all. No, don't like cold. No, warm it up a little. Yeah.
So you put it in the microwave, heat it up?
No, I don't need to do that. I can heat it up other ways. If you just eat it quick enough, it's gone and you don't have to worry about it.
So what's your favorite kind of pie then that you do that to?
Cherry pie, of course.
Oh, cherry pie. Okay, I was thinking of beet pies. All right, okay.
Mine's coconut.
Hey, you want to know something stupid? Your fingernails go 4 times faster than your toenails.
I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah.
I'll use that.
I wondered why I have to cut them more than the other ones. Wow, thanks, Derek.
Yeah. That's handy to know that,
Yeah. Well, another stupid thing is about humans is that babies are born with 300 bones. Right. Adults have 206.
Wow.
You're welcome. Things you needed to know.
No, that's because they haven't fully fused together.
That's right. Yeah.
And most of them are the skull.
Yeah. Hence why, it fuses together pretty fast, but it doesn't fully develop until 25 years old, right? So why we have a lot of.
How many times do you think your body cycles blood through in a day?
Your body what?
How many times does your heart cycle blood through your body in a day?
Oh,
incredible.
A lot.
You think I thought it would have been a lot more.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 times a day.
Wow.
That's not really that much. What's 1,000 divided by 24?
No. I don't know.
You got the calculator?
No, that's what I'm just going to it.
260. No, that's wrong. I was never good at math.
1,000 divided by 4 hours equals 41 times
an hour. That's quite a lot, really.
42, I guess, because it's 41.6666667
recurring.
So it's like 1 1/4 minutes to do it once.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, fuck, stupid shit.
Wow. Where do you come up with all this crap?
This is what happens when you're bored. I don't want to tell you the truth.
That's what I did. What I brought up earlier about taxing the alcohol. Do you know how much tax is on different things? Where the hell's that coming from?
Not me.
Well, it went away.
It's gone.
I thought my metal plate was tuning into some radio station there for a second.
It was actually.
Now I got these numbers off the internet. There's people out there, conspiracy groups I get emails from. So this is out there, but what they're saying is 50% of beer is tax.
Really?
Half the price. As for wine, 65% is tax.
Mm-hmm.
And spirits, it's 76% is tax.
Mm.
And they want to raise it another 6.3%. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on. Like,
Do you
really?
know how people don't drink anymore, though?
No, I don't know anyone that doesn't drink except you.
Really? I know, like, out of my friends growing up, I'm going to say that half of them don't drink, if not more.
Really?
Yeah, man. Everybody's into weed now, man. The fucking edibles and, you know what I mean? You go out, you just pop a couple edibles, and you fucking woohoo, have fun, right? Have one drink, 2 drinks, that's it. Then nobody goes out and gets swaled anymore. Remember how?
Well, what we used to do, we used to go to the bars and stuff. But you could. It was affordable. You could go out and spend a night in a bar, right? And get a good buzz on. You can't do that anymore because even a pint of draft is $10, right? So if you want to sit in a bar and have a couple of beers, you're easily putting away $50-$60 just on a couple of pints, right?
Yep.
So what Derek's saying is true. I think a lot less people are going to pubs and clubs and whatnot and drinking. And what I know because of my kids and younger people that they've told me, they do the pre-drinking. They drink at home, they get good and bombed, and then they go to the bar.
That's been for quite a while now.
Yeah, that's been
yes,
going
it
on.
has.
Do you know what killed the after party? The bar staying open 2 hours later. Right? When bars closed at 11, last call, 12 o'clock, 11:30, last call, whatever. Or 11 o'clock, last call. The bars would shut down. Oh, hey, let's go over to Ringo's for, drink a 6-pack each.
Yeah.
And then you'll leave at 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, now the bars are open till 2. So you don't have the after party.
No.
But that's okay, right?
For sure, but it is change. It's just something simple that has changed the whole clubbing experience.
Well, I'm sure you can still find that kind of stuff if you want.
Did you notice a difference like that, George? You would have DJ'd right through that, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, well, even going back to the 80s, I'm trying to think, I can't remember the 70s, but certainly in the 80s, people did that. They wouldn't. Well, we called it going into town if you went into city centre Manchester. Right. And people would actually go to a pub first, which is cheaper, and then go to the club at 11, 12 o'clock. So that's always gone on, yeah. But in England, it might have changed now, but you didn't tend to drink at home. That was just didn't happen, like back in the day. People would, because there's a pub on every corner kind of thing almost. Right. So people would actually go to the pub.
Your neighborhood pub, your literal neighborhood pub.
Yeah, and do it that way. Yeah. So it was just a different way of doing it. Yeah, but I think it's all changed now.
Well, I was
Kathy says too.
You were DJing in Toronto from the 90s up until
87. I started.
So it was the 90s when they put it to 2000 or
I remember that. Yeah, because it was 1 o'clock. I think it was 93, somewhere around there. Early 90s, they changed it to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So
I remember working Sparkles, and the bar closed at 1 o'clock, and it was amazing because you couldn't get a drink after 1 o'clock. Well, after 1:10 or whatever it was,
Yeah.
And then that was the people. The dance floor was just full of people. That was just the best vibe ever because there's no drink on the go, and you were, powering through till 2 a.m. It was just brilliant.
Yeah.
So Kathy's saying a glass of wine in Toronto. It's the cost of a bottle, $16 for a glass of wine.
Wow.
Well. Yeah, and even when you go to a rock concert or any concert, at say Budweiser or whatever, you're paying $20 for a can of beer. It's crazy.
Right? It's ridiculous.
Oh God, yeah. So, it's criminal what they did.
It is. Yeah.
Well, the only one of the things that Doug Ford suggested was sell beer for $1 or something like that. Whatever that was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that went away, didn't it? Remember?
No, there's one case of beer that you can buy a buck of beer.
Yeah.
The shittiest beer you'll ever drink.
A buck of beer, yeah.
You can buy it a buck of beer.
Yeah.
I know somebody that would drink it.
And
There's
I
quite a
don't
few
even
people who
know where that is or what it is, if it's even out there.
Yeah,
There is no beer, a buck of beer.
Yeah, but it is.
Probably not
Here, but
yeah,
it's a buck of
even
beer with the returned case.
Yeah, even this is $2.50 a can.
Little
right? So $2.50.
What beer is a buck of beer in Canada?
There isn't one. Oh, he's asking his computer.
There's some brands. I think Steeler beer from
beer.
Hamilton was like a buck of beer for a case back in the day.
No name brand beer.
Yeah.
Well, here, let me turn the light off.
Yeah, is that today, or is that something that was and is gone?
This is from 2019.
Yeah.
Here, Doug Ford Buck of Beer program from 2020.
Uh-huh. So that doesn't exist anymore.
Doug Ford Buck of Beer plan made beer prices in Ontario go up, experts say.
Yeah. So a 2-4 of this is like $63.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah,
so think about it.
That's a case and a half, right? That's a tall boy.
What do you mean, case
and a half.
So that's a beer.
Beyond here.
Huh?
This is what I call a beer. Like
that's what you call a beer, but that's a beer. That's a tall boy.
Yeah.
That's not.
No,
this size is a normal beer.
It's not a tall boy. It's
It's not. It's a regular European beer.
But you can't call it boy anymore.
Right? Whatever. It's a tall can.
It's a tall.
That's a tall can. This is
tall,
a short can.
Gender non-specific.
Yes, tall can. There you go.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Well,
right.
I don't drink beer anymore. I'm not pervy on the slang anymore because I don't know what I can and can't call it because I don't have to order it.
No, you can't.
Well, people, we need to uprise against the government because they can't raise our alcohol another 6%. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh no, they're only taking 50% of our money in taxes already, and then they tax that after, and then they got to pay income tax, and then you.
Yeah. What else he's doing in April? I think isn't he raising the carbon tax as well? Yeah. Right.
Gas prices, if you haven't noticed, are already starting to rise.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
By April, I bet you they'll be over $2.
Oh yeah.
So when he was going on about his announcement about this facility and supporting it, a reporter asked him about his commitment to the supporting Ukraine, right? And Canada has been, I guess one of the top supporter, and they'll do anything that they need to keep supplying them with, military support, other support. So I mean, to me, it's just kind of silly because again, in Canada, the recent announcements on Bill C-21, I mean, what is he doing supplying arms to another country, but we're not responsible enough.
He's getting rid of our arms.
Own our own.
He's getting rid of our army's arms.
Yeah.
You guys don't need guns. Fuck, give them to these guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, look,
what
China's
happened?
here.
What happened there? What happened there? It was like, well, it wasn't a civil war exactly, but because, Russia and the Ukraine. But what would happen if we were like, can we have our own civil unrest in Canada?
Sure,
absolutely, you can. Like, look at the peaceful trucker protest, right? Which was actually, at the end of the day, it was all like it intended to be a peaceful, and for the most part it was, right? But it wasn't, the foundation of it wasn't with the
propaganda machine rolled, and
Right. But, I mean, protests like that.
China needs to have peaceful protests.
Right? Well, and the fact, too, that the truckers ended up camping out there like they were well past the expiry date on leaving, then it became a case of, well, wait a minute, what are you doing? You're actually, what do they call that? You're not taking over, but there's a word for it in the occupying, I guess, whatever. But it just went on and on. So could that turn into an event, or a protest like that? Could it turn into something else? There's potential.
For sure. But see, could it turn into like Seattle, where they made their own area that they ended up policing and screwing it up even worse?
Yeah. Well, I found this thing online, through a friend actually, and she said that, doesn't agree with anything that's going on right now in Canada. So there's a whole organization that what they've done is they're building a parallel society. So peacefully, they don't want to rebel or change what's going on today, but they're building a parallel society. So these are going to be, I got the website. I want to do more research before I throw it out here, but it's quite interesting. So now they're buying up land and they're building all of these communities, like-minded, I suppose. So
right.
But I feel once those are at a place that you've got all these off-gridders and whatever doing their own thing and basically becoming self-sufficient, like how do you tax that? You can't. So, but it is.
So they don't want you self-sufficient, so they don't teach you shit.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think, let's say, for instance, I bought a shitload of land and I wanted to do things my own way. I'd probably have all kinds of helicopters flying by and they'd get shut down for some stupid reason, right? Like, it's not something that,
Look at Rhonda sent. You sent nothing, Rhonda, twice, but hi.
Rhonda, hello.
Wow.
You missed your comment there.
Hi, Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda.
Rhonda is absent-minded.
Rhonda, yeah. People say that all the time.
But see, this is the whole thing with what's going on out there today. Like, everybody has an opinion about what's going on, but so you have a group of people that are frustrated with the price of fuel because it's affecting their livelihood. Truck drivers, right?
Yep,
they need fuel every day, all day long, to deliver the goods. They're needed no matter what. So they're getting to the point where the fuel costs are impeding their livelihood. So what happened is they all got together and said, hey, we need to make a stand, let everybody know what's going on there, and see what the government will do and tell them, look, enough is enough. Stop with raising the fuel costs. So a government that would care about its people would have addressed the situation. They knew weeks and weeks, I think even months in advance, that this convoy was happening, that all the trucks were going to Ottawa. So the government should have said, okay, let's build a podium. Let's put our prime minister out there. Let's have him stand in front of these people, or a representative, if not him, and address the situation, talk to these people, and see if they could hash something out. But no. What our piece of shit government did is turned the whole thing upside down. Nobody even came out to say boo. They just made them out like they were terrorists. So what kind of a civilization are we living in where the government will not even listen to its own freaking people?
Yeah, I agree.
Just acknowledge them. They're not forcing you to do anything. They're just saying, hey, enough is enough. We need help. We can't sustain our livelihood because the fuel costs are too high.
Well, I mean, take it down to the basics. We are supposed to be living in a democratic society, so we have the right to protest, peaceful protest. And
and that was.
They put so much pressure on it that it pushing and taunting and everything else. But at the end of the day, here we are, post all of that. And now, like, even police organizations are being questioned because they put out too many resources and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, well, what are you guys doing there, right? Like, and we're wasting tons of money on inquiries and all of this stuff, right?
We're wasting tons of money on fucking people lining their pockets with money because they're making shady fucking deals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like what's another thing that just happened where
I just looked up fuel pricing, how it actually works. And I know a lot of people blame the government, but it's not really a government issue. It's like a fucking world commodity issue.
Yeah.
It's, well, as it says, fuel, like other commodities, is strongly influenced by supply and demand. To help you understand the complexity of fuel pricing, we have prepared answers commonly fucking asking shit. Yeah, it's like bought wholesale, right? And from a refinery, but we can do all this with our own. We don't need to be importing this. That's
no.
Yeah.
Well, and this is the other thing, right? We have so many people on unemployment and welfare in the system in Canada. We were one of the greatest manufacturing countries in the world, and we have the resources here. Why don't they build a couple of refineries in Canada, one on each coast, one in the middle, and put people back to work and refine our own fuel? It's bullshit 100%. What's going on out there.
We already got petroleum.
Same with lumber. Put the lumber mills back into business in Canada, right? The water refineries, like, we have all the resources here, but we're pissing it all away. We're giving it all away, and then we're buying it back at a premium.
Like, we're selling all our fucking precious metals and golds.
And why are we doing that? Because the people at the top are making money off of it. It's got nothing to do with employing the people of our country, looking after things, right? Make our living more comfortable. Yeah, it's criminal.
I just want to know how somebody's fucking salary can increase so much when you make $250,000 a year. You go from fucking tens of thousands to fucking tens of millions to hundreds of millions.
Yeah, what's he worth now?
Fucking
85 million or some shit.
No, he's worth like fucking 36 or something.
Yeah,
I'll find out.
No, it's higher. Yeah.
Hey Siri, how much is Justin Trudeau worth?
Justin Trudeau's net worth was $13 million in 2020.
So $13,000 in 2020. What was Justin Trudeau's? When did he become prime minister? Hey Siri, what was Justin Trudeau's net worth before he was prime minister?
I found this on the web.
In other words, read it.
Salary is $270,000. Sorry, $270,000 a year.
Talking about millions of money, I was listening to the radio today, driving around, and Beyonce. Do you hear about Beyonce?
No.
Beyonce opened a hotel in the Middle East somewhere. I'm not sure which country it was. And one of them. And you know what she got for opening the hotel and doing a performance?
What?
For one performance, opening this hotel, there's something in wherever.
How much?
No.
But it's in millions.
Really?
Yeah.
For one concert?
For one concert. 24 million.
Oh, come on.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
I almost find that hard to believe. So someone's got money somewhere.
She's not even that good.
Well, she's got 24 million in one. I guess she was there for a week rehearsing or whatever.
Somebody likes her.
Still not bad, is it?
No.
24 mil.
I heard something ridiculous too. There was some musician or actress or whatever. Her cat is worth like $54 million.
Wow.
Their cat. So I didn't even understand how that works. Is the cat insured for that much money?
No, I
Like,
doubt.
how can a pet or
But
an
Heiko,
animal
the
be
cat.
worth that much money?
Some people leave their fortunes to their animals, right?
Yeah.
So they're actually a thing, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like it could be a bunch of reasons. So
See, I don't get that either. I'm gonna leave my fortune to my dog. What is my dog gonna do with it? Right?
You'll give some to Keisha.
Well, I'll tell you what. I started out with nothing. Right? I started out with nothing, and I managed to hang on to it all.
Yeah, see? Good job. Good job, George.
It's the only way to be, right?
We should all be doing what you're doing.
So I wanted to spin a little video of that was sent in through Doug from Pineline. Actually, he gave me the YouTube link. So let's try that out here if we can do it.
All right.
Do. And we do that. Okay, and there it is. And there we go. All right.
Let's play.
We just got to do that. Oh, that's Burwash. Neat.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. He does some great photography, though, right?
Yeah.
So,
2015 Trudeau is worth 1.5.
Wow.
Actually, it says 1.2.
Wow, look at those shots. They're beautiful. I bought a drone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used it yet, though.
Oh, yeah.
But Doug's like a legit filmographer now. He's does some pretty cool stuff. Wow. So that's his collage for 2022 in review. Did you see that links? Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
So cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Night sky. Oh, it's like a time lapse.
Yeah.
It is, totally.
You see the stars moving, see?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Or are they?
You see that spaceship?
I was just going to say, what do they call it? Something phenomenon now.
That's Queen's Athletic Field, the football field in Sudbury.
And they use it as a skating rink?
Football. No, well, it has a skating rink as well in the winter, but it I used to play football on it.
Oh.
Nice. A little 4x4 in there. Big Dougie there. Oh,
did you score the winning touchdown?
Absolutely, Sandra. We'll see if I can scroll that but if you look for Pine Tree Line Outdoors on YouTube, this is awesome stuff.
I wonder if when he's been filming stuff like that, if he has actually ever seen strange things in the sky.
You know what? We should get Doug on. I've asked him; he'd be happy to come back on. But I should ask. You know, when we get him on, we should ask him about that, or if he's seen Bigfoot or anything like that.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff, because he's out there, right? I mean, he's going to see stuff we'll never see.
He's given me this sort of open, invitation to, go out with him on a adventure. So I need to take him up on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let me do this again.
Because we had them on a couple of years ago. Those guys were great.
Yeah.
Oh, they are awesome. Yeah, for sure. So they were just doing a little cooking. I just paused it because of the ads, the YouTube ads. But
don't lose it.
He almost lost his supper.
Yeah, I
know, eh?
Well, his buddy and partner in crime there, I guess, Jamie, is a heck of a cook. Great at grilling. But what I like about what they do is they if they're going to make a burger or whatever, they will kind of pre-pack everything in Ziploc bags or whatever they're doing. So,
Yeah.
those are cool. Those trays. Yeah, I've got one. I got one in my big military truck. But yeah, Jamie just pulls out all the stops. He's got all the spices and everything. So they're very prepared to cook, you know.
Yep.
And Doug loves winter camping. So
when you're out there, you don't have too much besides looking at stuff. Cooking's going to be a big thing, right?
In Northern Ontario.
Yeah.
They're actually, some of them are pretty big. And, you know, it's kind of like your kitty at home, but it'll tear you apart.
Definitely eat you, even when you're not dead.
Yeah. But see how docile this one looks, right?
Yeah.
You
Cold.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it cares so much, but
his ears are back.
I was out hunting one time and I looked to my right and I saw a lynx sitting there up on its hind legs, and it was pretty big. So
yep.
Look at that. And that's what it's like up north right now. Ton of snow. We don't have that in southern Ontario. But yeah, so Sandra, thanks for asking for the link. They pretty much live on YouTube. Huh.
Oh, look at that.
On fire starters.
Yeah. There's the geese probably down south.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh.
Look at that. Very cool.
So that stove that Jamie's cooking on,
flat grill.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of it now. It's Blackstone. It's a Blackstone.
That's the make of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of the barbecue model there. That's the big one. But the one they bring out camping, I actually bought one. So I saw them using it. I thought, this is amazing. So, yeah. Got one of those.
So are these guys married and everything?
What's that?
Are these guys married and everything?
No, they're not married. No. They're just, when I said partner in crime, I meant they're just buddies who like to go outdoors together.
No, I was just curious if these are just two single guys who just go out, or are they like guys who like this is what they do to get away from their family, you know, like your hobby.
No, they've got families, but this is
their getaway.
Yeah, I think it started off as just kind of random going out and getting outdoors, and but they've had some really cool opportunities, and they do a lot of sponsorship of or promoting of gear, so people send them free gear all the time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
I sent them up a pretty cool survival kit to review, and they did that. And yeah. Anyhow.
You know.
Back to the program.
All right.
Yeah. None of us fell asleep. Now let's.
Oh, hey.
What was that?
Oh, whoa.
Did I miss something?
Blocking shots.
Charges like.
It looks like it has not.
George,
I mean, I understand
all you have
it.
to do is wear some dark glasses, and
you can do anything and get away with anything.
Yeah.
Go
team.
Pretty much.
Go Bernie.
I wouldn't survive 5 minutes out there. You know what I mean?
No, you don't like the cold?
Well, that just generally, just like, you know, being out there.
That hoodie's got their.
Well, like I said, the ladies
nice
just
setup.
went away.
Like he's going to be warm.
They spent the whole weekend.
Yeah, they know how to do it upright. And you know what, they do winter camping. They've got a wood stove inside. I actually bought the same wood stove they were using, and I built a during COVID, just to kind of put my energy into something productive. I built what I call my bug out trailer, and it's got a wood stove in it, and yeah, it's quite cool. It's insulated. I've still got some finishing work to do on it, but I'm actually looking for some land right now, and I discovered all of these like organizations that have gotten together and they bought a lot of land. Not the one I was talking about earlier, but just making it affordable for people to actually buy a good sized lot or an acre in an off grid community, and like very reasonable. But you got to wonder, like, okay, what are your neighbors going to be like, right? So, but
Well, like most people like that are either really paranoid or really good people.
like-minded kind of things. I'm not paranoid at all, but yeah, I'm looking for something like that, even if it's not completely an acre, but in the close to the wilderness or crown land or something like that, that I can just bring my bug out trailer, leave it there, and then go up with my military truck and kind of do my own thing. So, but that's what makes me happy. I'll go sit in my military truck, and I've got all the comforts, and I've got a Wi-Fi connection and everything else, and I've got 100 gigabytes or 90 gigabytes of data on my phone. So if I'm not near a Wi-Fi, I can use it and work right from my truck if I need to. So George, tell us about your like you said, like you're not an outdoorsy guy, right?
No, I'm George of the concrete jungle.
But you know what? I think there's, you watch these survivalists in all these, wooded settings and outback and stuff. But at the end of the day, there is a thing called urban survival. And I think a lot of, you'll see a lot of people with backpacks, right? So they got the basics in there. They got water and sunscreen and stuff like that. But you could actually build a nice little survival kit for everything from day trips, urban day trips to a big city, right?
Yeah.
And it's the best way to be, I don't know, prepared. And then there's other situations too that we get put into. Let's say, for instance, you had to spend a considerable amount of time in a hospital as a support person for someone who's in there, right? So what if you're going to be on some vigil or being supportive and you're actually stuck in the hospital for 3 or 4 days? What do you do, right? Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. I mean,
true. Didn't think of that.
And then if you're there for days, like I think you got to be resourceful, and there's different situations. Really, my point, that don't involve being stuck out in the woods, right?
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way, but
right.
All right, it's 11 o'clock. You know what that means?
Holy crap!
Parquet.
Yeah, what was that old commercial? It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Yep. Well, no, I know where.
11 o'clock. And you got.
I remember flipping that, and you're like, "Do your children know where you are?"
Yeah. Well, guys, we did it again.
We did it.
So, do we have any guests coming up by any chance? Do we have anything booked in the near future, or anyone we know that might be interested? Because we haven't had anybody on in a while.
No.
Yeah. Well, we had Junior on not that long ago.
Yes.
Well, Junior's part of the team.
Well,
it's like
we'll have to work on that.
Yeah, Junior's not really a guest. He's kind of like
he's like
extension.
He used to be a guest, but now he's one of our pals.
I think Sandra wants to come on, though, right?
Oh, come on, Sandra. Let's be having you. Come on.
Sandra
likes to
Deb
watch.
should come on or something. That would be great.
Well, it's funny because we've had that a few times where we kind of threw it out there to see if anybody wanted to come on, but everybody seems kind of shy.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Right?
to it.
That's what it is, because didn't we get, what was it, Nurse Stephanie on one night? And like, she's always been
Yes, we did. Yeah.
comedic and funny and stuff. And when we brought her on, she was like not like that. She just looked a little nervous, right?
Yeah. Well, I think the first time for everybody, it's kind of like, when do I talk? When do I say something? What can I talk about? But it's funny, we haven't seen her in a long time.
No,
Stephanie Ann, right?
No, they
Did I say
sold
something to piss her off?
Yeah, they sold their house and they went out west, actually.
Yeah.
Not to say that it, that she can't.
Well, come on, we're on the internet. She can still find us.
But her and her husband are retired, and I think they have an Airstream trailer, and they travel.
Oh, nice.
From the West Coast back here, so that's all I know about that.
Well, why not, right?
Yeah,
that's cool. Very cool.
But we could ask her to, I don't know. If I think about it, I'll reach out and say, hey, when you're on these road trips, why don't you kind of report in?
Yeah, just pop in and say, hey. Yeah.
Like,
and actually, it's funny.
Johnny No Cash, I've been
No
trying to get on.
I was going to ask about him, yeah.
He never knows when he's near a Wi-Fi, right? So,
yeah.
But
yeah, because he posts stuff, and I send him comments, but I think that's why he doesn't know where he's going to be. You don't get replies all the time, right?
No.
Because he'll post something and then he goes.
Yeah, so. He's still living in his van.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, he's living the life, actually. But
he's doing pretty good, and he's got some funny shit. I've watched some of his videos out there, but making his own water out of snow and whatnot, and trying to stay warm. And
well, as long as you stay away from the yellow snow, you're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
But here's a cool tip. Here's a cool tip, and I saw this on YouTube, so I can't take credit for it. But
okay.
So it's probably a good idea. If you're thinking of survival, it's probably a good idea to have a box of tampons and a water bottle tucked in your car somewhere, because you can actually, like let's say, for instance, whether it be rain or it could be a creek or something like that. What you do is you take the water bottle, you take a tampon and you put the tampon in the spout area, and you cut the bottom of the water bottle off, and you pour water in it from whatever source you're taking it from. And what it does is it filters out the particulates in the water through the tampon. And what you're left with, obviously you got to have a pot or something on the other side to collect the water coming through. But you've got something that's potable, and then, boil it to get the bugs out. But it's not the be all end all and 100% sanitary, but it's certainly a cool survival tip.
And it's also good for gaping wounds to stop bloody noses. And of course,
absolutely,
the most important one,
yeah,
stick in your friend's ear when he's passed out, fill up with water.
Yeah, great one.
Wow,
nice. I had a buddy who was he was susceptible to major nosebleeds, and they go on, and that's what he started doing, was taking tampons and putting them in his nose to try and
coagulate it.
Yeah, but then later,
wow, he must have had really big nostrils.
Oh, he actually did, but and I don't think it had to do with that, but he just naturally did have big honking.
I've got a light stick, Richard.
I bought a lift ticket for his nose one time, so that I could ski off of it, during the cold season.
All right, Hike.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Do your thing. Pack it up. Pack it in. Let me begin. Say goodbye to everyone. Who is going to win?
Who's winning what?
They win the
honor.
honor.
Well, you know what?
Having their name said by you.
I think Keisha wins.
Keisha won again tonight because Ringo won and she was the closest. So, I had to go, girl. You're the champ so far. And I just want to throw a quickie out there to Danny at Country Stop Burgers. I don't know if you guys know this yet, but they're serving breakfast every day now. They're open early. And if you go on their, I think it's Instagram, Country Stop Burger, they got pictures of their breakfast. Holy shit, guys, we got to go. We really, really got to go. They got like pancakes covered in Nutella and Soldier French toast with syrup on top. Like, oh my God, the breakfast looks amazing.
Soldier French toast?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's cut.
The little soldiers. We used to dunk them into egg.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Now you're talking.
That's how you know you're English.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being on, and thank you all our listeners and viewers for joining us. I got to thank Sandra, who was number one again, but with a super, super close second was Melanie, and a super, super close third was Kathy. All three of them were, like 2 seconds apart?
No.
And then we had Deborah, Joe, Junior, Keisha, Richard, and Rhonda. Thanks, everybody.
Deborah,
we're going to be here with... Yes, Deborah. Very, very good luck.
Tomorrow morning.
Hopefully we'll hear from you on the flip side, you know? Maybe even next week. She should be able to join us maybe next week.
I'm trading. Maybe a couple weeks. You have to wait.
Yeah, but she doesn't have to talk or nothing like that. She can just be on the computer and use her fingers. Right? I was on the show from the hospital bed, so I'm sure she can figure something out. All right. Good luck, Deborah. Thanks again, everybody. We will see you here again next Monday night, right here at 9:30 on the Heikadelic Show. Have a great week. Cheers. And don't get into trouble. I don't want to see you on the news. Especially you, George.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.